Greetings, Masandawana. Another day, another installment of the Yellow Corner. We are back with the latest one as we bring you the preview of our bread and butter, the Betway Premiership game week 4, as we will be hosting Royal AM on Wednesday night, 7:30 on Wednesday night, 7:30 on Wednesday. Yeah, Kai, Loftus first friends. This hasn't been a great start to this episode. I'm rambling already. Raps Fede?
Ke mnate Aizona.
No. Ke mnate le nna. Nka se be mnate jwang mona ka tsama hlapa batho ba dimpama fela jeng fethu. Hlapa sa thari fela jeng fethu. Yeah, no. Let's actually talk about that game. What are your thoughts on the overall performance? Focus from my side, I think it was a perfect performance, a clinical performance. It was just brilliant, man. There's no player that I can single out here. Rapelang played way better than Thabiso. So, Mangman was way poor, but no, I think it was a great performance. We were in total control of the game, created chance after chance, buried our chances, which is a good thing, we were resolute in defense. We didn't offer them that much, more especially the first half, So we were never in danger of losing that game. The combination Vala Tapel on the right with Tapel overlapping and Vala playing that ball behind the defense, Ribeiro coming in the half space, the substitutes, Lodge got an assist. Kukwano they got the goals. I was so happy for Shanudi. I can't complain. You?
Yeah, no, I think we outclassed Golden Arrows, man. I think we played very well. We scored goals and we created a lot of chances. I feel like we could have scored more, man. But what is impressive is that the last time we played, it was against Kaizer Chiefs, and we had that huge break. So I'm happy that we managed to win convincingly, even though the last time we played a long time ago. So I'm happy that our boys were fit and they played well, man. And it is difficult for teams or for players after a long break
Yes.
to display that kind of performance. So I think the coaches, the players, they did very well. And having 5 different players on the score sheet as well, man, I think it is impressive. We got a goal from our midfielders, from our defense and our attack. So I think that is also important, man.
No, that's true, man. That's true. With the sharing of the goals, seeing guys who've been involved in the goals, like Matthews didn't score, but he had an assist. Ribeiro had an assist, even though they didn't score. So I'm not sure if I said this on the other corner or I said it on goal. This side, Yamanova, is a goal scoring creating a machine, and I think we'll score a lot of goals this season. Rabs, we have a huge problem on the right hand side, at right center back. A huge problem, but a very good problem. How would you handle this situation if you were Mangoba winner?
I think for Mangoba, I think it is a difficult situation, but I think he is happy to have that situation whereby there's competition amongst your defenders. I think that's what you want as a coach, and you want every player how to be available for selection. So I think sometimes the selection of the defenders or of that position will happen according to how Mangoba want us to play in certain games, because of, remember, certain different games, different approaches. So I think he will play the right player at that position, has what he wants from that player, because of what you get from Mtobin Vala might not be what you get from Khumulemo Grant. So I think it is a difficult situation.
Wait.
You are speaking about
the right back position.
Yeah, I had you
Kuliso and yeah.
I heard you saying the right center back, man.
Apologies if I said right center back. I meant right back.
I think it is a great competition. I think Kuliso has been one of the best right backs in the continent, but there are differences between Tapelo and Kuliso. You know that Kuliso, when it comes to defending, blocking shots, recovery high, he's excellent. I mean, as much as going forward might not be as good as Tapelo, but with Tapelo, you know that once he's in attack or he adds those numbers in attack, you know that you'll get something from him, as well as his final ball, man. I think he knows what to do when he
Yeah,
get closer to the final third. As much as Mudau might be lacking in that aspect of the game, but I think there are differences between Tapelo and Morena, because of with Morena in attack he's good, Kuliso in defense he absolutely good. So I think that's where there's the difference between those two right backs, and I'm glad that we have two different types of right backs, because of it is very unnecessary to have similar right backs with similar attributes. Kore, what you get from Mama, we also get from Mama. I think you want different things from different players.
okay. You're running away from giving me an answer. What you said is absolutely true, yeah? But how do you think would you have handled the situation here differently? Because right now, if we're being honest, Tabelo is the number one right back. He's the starter. And would you handle? Would you have handled the situation differently? When would you have Tabelo playing, or you'd rotate them, or you'd have Kuliso playing when?
I think because of Tapelo has been impressive since from the start of the season. I think I'll continue with him. And remember, a couple of seasons back, Tapelo was our first choice right back, but Kuliso stepped in and he took the position and he went on and he played very well. So I think let Tapelo, we need to give him a chance. Lena, and actually game time, because I think so far Mane has done very well, and I don't see any reasons tse ka etsang hore a kgutlele ko benching.
Absolutely. I fully agree with you. I would have handled this situation exactly how Mangoba is handling it, you know. Uh, Kuliso is without doubt the best right back in the continent. But at the moment, Tapelo has been exceptional for some. There's absolutely no reason to drop Tapelo. So he's really undroppable, if we're being honest. He's undroppable in really an English word. Not sure about that. But yeah, no, he's been brilliant, man. We are playing Royal AM Raps on Wednesday. You know? Has this side been a great addition to our league, more so when it comes to administration of the side? Because for me, it is a huge no, you know. And from the word go, Jay, you know, like the things that they have done, the number of one things that they have done, man, handing out player bonuses in the field after winning a game on live TV, man. That was so off, man. You know, like salary issues. There's been numerous rumors on at times players have not been paid or been paid on time. Ne? The issue of FIFA ban, they haven't been able to sign players now. This is the second season, which something they could have easily avoided by either paying those guys Nascimento, Lenokovic, you know, and moving on from this. As long as they don't pay them, they are not gonna be able to sign the players. And now their DDC side as participation in the DDC has been halted for this. Those boys can't play because they can't field a team. You know? So I know a lot of our clubs are not perfect in the Premier League. You know, you hear stories similar to this side here, but I think they are incredibly poor when it comes to administration. And when you think of the team whose status they bought, I, I'm from the Free State. I'm Free State born. You know, I loved Celtic. I loved having team in my province. You know, I knew the problems that Celtics long before they were even sold. I knew the things that were happening in Celtic, but I knew the management mm, tried running the team much better than what these guys are doing. It's just that financially they couldn't do. So, your thoughts, man?
Yeah, no, I think ntho tse etsahalang behind the scenes ko Royal AM, and I think yeah, no, I can't find the right word, man, how to describe the things that happened behind the scenes go Royal AM. But the red flags were there, man. I think there was a season where they were go NFD and they were supposed to play a game at the playoffs and they did not honor the fixture. So I think the red flag started from when they were still in the NFD before they bought the status of Bloemfontein Celtics, man. But I think somehow there are issues still on the behind the scenes. I think they really affect them on the pitch because of now they failed to pay Bobo Nascimento and Nokovic, and FIFA banned them from participating in the transfer market, and hence why they are not able to beef up their squad and sign good players that will help them to compete on the league, man. So I think now for now, man, I'm not even sure because of I saw the signs when they were still go national first division, man.
Yeah, no, man. What a shame. And I have them as favorites to go down, man. Still on this side, let's talk about the owner or the person who the club is named after, Andile Mpisane. Is Andile Mpisane good enough to be playing professional football? And does he put himself in the starting lineup? He has started 4 out of their 5 official games since the beginning of the season.
Oh, now I don't think he's good enough to play in the PSL, man. As much as we saw a couple of clips here and there, but he's not a PSL material, man. And I think as much as they are not able to sign the players, but I think from the MDC they can get those boys that have hunger, those boys that wants to play and make a name for themselves, man. Angela has nothing to lose, man. Whether he plays or not, man, he's okay in terms of life here high. So there's a difference between a player who's hungry and a player who has it all, man. Because of the attitude is different, and Angela, as much as he wants to play, man, but I haven't seen anything that makes me, as a football fan, to be convinced of it. He can compete in the PSL because of there's a game, I can't remember whether it was the first game or the second game, where they posted his stats on X, man. I like those stats, man. I think he had about 12 touches. Come on, man. Maybe there are some La Lucia League tsa cheese boy or the Sentin League tsa cheese boy. Maybe Hagadala Moon, man. Not in the PSL, man.
Oh, hey, yeah, no, hey. Wena le teng hayi ngiyathunyana le mode yena khona una thunya masuku wena uthunya andile man. But does he do you think he put himself in the starting lineup?
Definitely. I think he has the influence, man. I think even the management, man, I think they have that influence in terms of interference or who plays, who doesn't, man. And for when I say coach, if the owner of the team wants to be inside the pitch, man, there's nothing you can do because he's the one that pays your monthly salary, man. So, yeah, no. Things that happen in the PSL, man. Sometimes when we speak about these things, I'm like, I become ashamed, man, because of if you listen to England football podcast, but they don't discuss these things. But hey, Ronamo, hi, man. It is always a topic for us. So they discuss whatever that happens behind the scenes, the selection, interference of the management and players.
Yeah, no, man. I honestly don't think he's good enough to be a professional footballer. I don't think he's fit enough to be in the field, a professional football participating in a professional football match. I do not doubt that he loves football. I am 100% sure he loves football, but does he love because of his love? Should he be in the field? Absolutely not. And like you mentioned, yeah.
Reality.
And I would be upset if I was a Royal AM player. Yes, they have issues, né? But I can guarantee you there are players in that squad that can play for Royal AM ahead of him. So a funny TikTok during the week. And the reason I post this question is because actually of that TikTok that I saw during the week when they were about to train and he had an armband and he was training. I can say armband, you know. So hey man, it might have been a joke, you know. Yeah, I think it was a joke, but yeah, you get where I'm going with this. Moving to the game, Raps, what do you expect from this game from both sides?
I think from Royal AM, I think so far in the 4 games that they've played, the league and the 1 year Carling, I think I've not seen much positive from them, and they've played 4 games in the league and they've drawn 4, and they've scored only 1 and conceded 1. So I think the positives, man, are less, man. But I think for them, man, they know they are playing against a good side that scored 5 goals in their previous game. So I think for Royal EM in defense, man, I think they have to be disciplined. More especially their captain, Mangwani, man. I think he's the one that needs to show leadership skills at the back because of, man, Mangwani, man, at the back. There was a game they played, I think it was against their third game, where he was thrown out of the position, and instead of sprinting back to add numbers in defense, he was definitely a jogging, man. So I think he needs to be disciplined, and also he needs to control the back line so that they are able at least not to concede as many goals. And I think Mataba, man, he will play a key role in defense because of most of the Sundowns attack, our danger comes from Thapelo Moren, which is our right side and which is the left side of Royal AM. So I think Mataba, you won't see him overlapping as much as he does because of he needs to keep an eye on Thapelo, and also he needs to ensure that that position is not free whereby we can play the balls and Thapelo can overlap and put in some goals. And I think in the middle field, man, they are totally disorganized, the Royal EM, and like the team, they penetrate through the middle easily, man. They don't close gaps, they react very late. So I think the reason why sometimes the backline gets exposed, and the reason why Bumangwani, they have to get thrown off the position, make a silly movement in terms of chasing players around, is because of the midfield. They don't cut the attack, like they don't stop the attack of the opponents, they don't win balls. Okay, every team that attacks through the middle, they get behind the midfield line of Royal AM. And against Cape Town City, man, they played with a mobile in the league. The first game of the season, they played with a mobile of 3 attackers. And in the second half, they introduced Tebang Sera, and he managed to score a goal. And also what helped them in the second half against Cape Town City in their first game was the presence of Tebang Sera inside the box, because of their mobile front three was not winning balls in terms of the aerial balls and connecting with the ball very well. But I think as soon as Tebang Sera came on the second half, I think their attack became much better because of now they had variety of attack because of they can use the width and cross the balls to Tebang Sera. But as for Mamelodi Sundowns, I think winning 5-0 against Arrows, I think it will be definitely a confident booster for us. So I think we need to continue where we left from. I think at the back, I love how we build up. Now I think we are not slow. Once we see a gap, we expose that gap very quickly because of you look at how the ball move from Ronwen to our attackers. It moves very fast and we don't waste any time. And I think Tapel, what has been more impressive is that he doesn't only overlap using the wide areas, he also gets inside. You look at his first goal, most of the right backs, when they overlap, by too much on the line, like they are going too wide. But Tapela on that goal, he overlapped, but he went central, and that's why he
Naps,
managed.
naps. Uh, he was that's underlapping. What Chapel did in that is that's underlapping. But yeah,
Thanks, Isaac. Thanks. I think he did very well, and also I spoke about scoring from set pieces as well. I think we need that against both Royal AM because of they are very poor in terms of matching on set pieces. So I believe that we are going to get something from the set piece. And another thing, Gore, against Arrows, we could have had another 2 goals from our number 8, which is Alende and
basically,
Maboe. Alende
yes.
had a shot, and unfortunately, Matthews blocked that shot, and I think it was going to be a goal, as well as Maboe, man, he could have been on the score sheet. So I think that has been impressive. Our number 8 are now closer to our attackers. There's not that huge a gap. Yeah, last season whereby the the attackers sometimes are isolated, they don't have the options, but now Bo Alende, Mabu Bomkulis, everyone who's playing at number 8, now they're now added numbers in terms of being closer to the attackers. And then lastly, I
Yeah,
want to
no.
speak lastly about Ribeiro, man. I think Ribeiro, he's effective when he's closer to the goals. He's also effective when he's dropping too deep, man. You look at that full pass here high to Matthews, man. He was too deep, but still he was effective in terms of breaking that defense line here. Golden Arrows. So I think he's very important Ribeiro in terms of his positioning, his movement, like whether he's closer to the box, he's still effective. Whether he's at the center, he's dropping a little bit deep, he's still effective. So I think that is quite good, but in terms of how we want to move.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. What you said, I basically have that on my notes, especially ka Mangwani, when I touch on him when I get to him. But yeah, I expect us to absolutely dominate this game. I expect Sundowns to have proper dominance from beginning to end of this game, man. This team, when they played Cape Town City both in the league and in the cup over the weekend, Cape Town City did something so easy. In the final third, they come inside and then move the ball to the wide channels and then get inside the box. Play the ball inside the small box or just outside the small box, and they did that with great ease and eventually got rewarded with that. You look at Boya Sukumale, Ashin. It's so easy to get inside their box and nearer to the small box, so they have no protection. Their backline, man, is really poor, man. The second man guy he's a bomb waiting to explode, man. I like. I am not sure if they have poor defensive organization or their defenders are just poor, or it is both. A combination of both. You mentioned how they easily get turned, to face their own goal. Opponents proper turn them, and once you face your own goal, you are in trouble. But with that said, I agree with what you said in terms of their middle field. The reason they get so tense so is that they do not have any protection in front of that defense. They play with midfielders who are offensive minded. They miss Kobeti. Kobeti hasn't played this season. When he played Cape Town Spurs City over the weekend, he was on the bench for the first time this season. So I do not understand how Kobedi is not being played. Yes, he's not your typical number 6 Otto, but he can cover spaces. He has that defensive nous, and he can control, and distribute the ball. I don't understand how he's not been playing this season. And I think because of this, how poor their midfield is, Ribeiro is going to be so smart. He's going to drop a bit deep, get into the half spaces, and absolutely murder them from there. And they have missed, excuse me, Tigers this season. Their last league game, just before we went on the FIFA break, he was on the bench for the first time. And then when they played Cape Town Spurs in the Cali Black Label, he played for the first time this season. So they miss his directness, and I think when they are strong, okay, on the white channels, they can use with, because they have a few players who can take on players, get the ball into the box, and they normally find their men, when they cross the ball. It's just that they do not finish when they get those chances. So I'm looking forward to Betway Tigers little one in this match. You mentioned Matlaba. If Matlaba even thinks I'm lying just about overlapping, Tapera is gonna absolutely kill him because Mvala will find Tapera. So I see so many holes in this team that I know will absolutely to murder them. And I hope and pray they play until this one, because we'll be playing with an extra man from beginning to end of the match. Your lineup?
I think I'll keep the same lineup that played against Royal AM. I think I won't make any changes. I'm happy with how the guys played against Golden Arrows. So I think everyone deserves another start against Royal AM. So I'll definitely have the same lineup as the previous game, man.
Okay. I'll just bring on Aubrey for Maboe. Not that Lebu had a terrible game, but I think Aubrey can give us more, from that midfield. Score prediction?
I think we'll win 3-0.
I will add another one. I think we will win 4-0, man. If we don't double that, man, because this team is really, really poor, and I'll be disappointed if we don't absolutely kill them. But yeah, thanks, Abs, for joining me. Thank you, Masandawana, for watching. Please continue subscribing. We will be back on Thursday to bring you the preview of our game week 5, the last game of this game block, as we travel to Polokwane to face Polokwane City next week, Sunday. Until then, sharp Masandawana, sharp Abs.
Sharp, Masanawan.